Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a battle on the Yankee map, and we've got Provectus in the Gonsalo, which is a tier 8 heavy tank. It's yeah, one of the strange British heavy tanks. So we're going to track his progress here. Now, I haven't seen much of this tank on this channel. It's a 120mm caliber gun with Hesh as the main premium round, and then AP for the standard round. Average damage is 440. And I'm just trying to get the shell velocity, so 824 for the premium and 924 for the standard round. So yeah, you've got to pick your choices, but the obviously the Hesh round is a famous British round, and it's just lining up very slow aiming time there, and you can see it didn't penetrate, so I only did a small amount of damage, but I think he'll persevere here. That Samabente is still there. Can he just... oh, misses as he ducks out. And there's the Borsig. Oh, that definitely penetrate the Borsig. Okay, there's a Jagdpanther at the back, so where exactly is he? Probably just above the Royal line, but no target there, so he decides not to do a blind shot there. But here's the Borsig, and there you go, does full whack, 521. That's what the Hesh rounds can do, and that Borsig's been brought down to a very small amount of hit points. And if he's stuck in that place, he's going to go, just gets out of the way. But picked up some assisted damage there from spotting. Alright, now this is the traditional spot for the heavy tanks to come. It certainly helps if you've got good strong frontal armour. And the Gonsalo, I should say, it's got reasonable frontal armour, so you managed to block some shots already. Puts another shot into the Semavente, but again fails to penetrate, so only does a small amount of damage. But you can do critical damage here, and there's that Borsig just to the back there, but he wants to get rid of the 65T. Picks up some spotting damage there as well, which is always worthwhile. It certainly helps with your MOE to pick up both spotting damage and direct damage, and that one didn't penetrate. So just landing slowly to his target there. So far he's not suffering from penetrating much himself. Managed to do a bit more damage that time to the 65T. You can see the 65T was just pushing up to try and change the angles and protect himself, but we've got a TS-54 at the back there, and he goes through the cupola on the top, which does a fair whack. And here we go, a T-29 as well. This time he doesn't penetrate the TS-54 at all, so it's going to be an expensive game, I would think, if he keeps using these premium rounds and not doing a whole lot of damage. So managed to go through the top of, well, not through, but damage the T-29. It's got a very strong turret, even though it's bottom tier in this game. That is the T-29. And this time again fails to penetrate the TS-54, but picking up some more assisted damage there. So it's got just under 3k now of combined damage, but he's also blocked 2k. So his armor definitely standing up here, but enemy choosing wisely not to sit in front of his gun. 6 more rounds of this premium ammunition, and here comes the T-29, and doesn't go through the front mantle there at all. Really got to go for the cupola, small as it is, or get access to the frontal plates. for 229, even for a tier 8 tank. 229 firing HE. And only, again, doing very small amounts of damage. There's the 254, could almost get a side shot there. But now he's just reorientated, and the 229 getting in the way. So, down to 3 rounds of premium. But he's accumulating damage, and that's the main thing. He hasn't really lost a lot of hit points. Can sit here and take damage from these guys. But there you go. T-54 managed to do another chunk of damage to him. And what can he do to the T-29? Finally gets penetration through the cupola on top. And that might make him stay out of the way. But M1 poking out, one more shot, and again another penetration on the T-29. So it's finally working, but it's consumed all of his premium rounds. So back to the AP, and he's going to have to be a bit more circumspect here. But the M1 basically coming out quite bravely, gets rid of the T-54, and now there's a T-43 medium tank. So time to push. So in the meantime, his team's also been taking out enemy tanks. So they're now 4 tanks up, so doing pretty well here. And with a bit more elevation, you can see that T-43 right on top of the turret and gets full penetration. Leaves him on 50 hit points. And just catching him running away. It's got even less hit points now. But there is also that Jagdpanther out there. Well, there was a Jagdpanther, I'm not sure if he's still there. But, T-43 getting in the way again. Needs to just aim. Yes, and he gets the kill. T-29 comes out, aims for the M1 and gets some damage, and he's just going to come out again and poke. This will be the end of the T-29, I would think. Aims and gets the kill. So starting to pick up the kills now, 2 kills now to Provectus, and he's closing in on 4k of damage. All the action seems to be coming from his team side, so they've got a 5 tank advantage. And there's 5k of hit points left in the game, so how much more can he get? Now on his standard rounds, decides to put a blind shot in. Sort of into the corner where the TDs were last spotted. And he's not getting spotted as part of the shooting, so you would expect from the... If there are TDs there, they'd probably have binos and he would be spotted, but nothing appearing, so they've probably relocated back more into the middle. So decision point, does he keep pushing down that side? Is he trusting the fact that he's not spotted? Can he go into the open? These are all questions that he'd like to know the answers to. If those TDs are behind those rocks and just coming out when they need to. And in fact, the Scorpion G takes out the ML2, so that does suggest that the Scorpion G is at the back there, but which side of the railway line is the question. So Provectus deciding not to take too much of a risk just at this point, but has got the Ferdinand moving up, so that will perhaps distract the TDs that are at the back there. But now got another potential target there, the Tiger 1. Ferdinand doesn't seem to have lost much health. There's the Tiger 1. You put a nice hit into him. No, doesn't penetrate. That is just outrageous, not going through a tier 7 heavy tank with your AP rounds. And can he get another shot in? Yes, he can. This time he does reasonable amount of damage. There's the Scorpion has been spotted finally by the Ferdinand. And he can put another shot in through the roof of the Tiger 1, which he does. Getting some nice damage here, up to now 4.5k. So the enemy getting whittled down. Oh, and there's that Jagdpanther again. He's relocated, but he takes the opportunity to try and get rid of the Tiger 1 here first, which he does. Takes the incoming round from the Jagdpanther on his tracks, which is fortunate. So he's still got a reasonable chunk of health, and that Jagdpanther keeps sending rangers down, rounds down range, I should say, getting my words mixed up there. So he decides to put a snapshot into where he thinks the Jagdpanther was. In fact, there, the Jagdpanther has been spotted now, so time to come up. He's a bit stuck here. Scorp G's gone behind the rock there. Jagdpanther got taken out by the Ferdinand, so only 3 tanks left. 2 of them have got some hit points, but that's the question, where are they? And pretty much his whole team is pushed up to the 0 line. So Provectus just waiting here for the Scorpion G perhaps to pop out. Gets spotted, the Ferdinand is getting very close, and he takes a big hit from the Scorpion G. Very clever piece of work, and now he's not going to last too long, I wouldn't think. Is he going to reload in time? Yes, he probably will now. He can get the Scorpion G. Bang. No, he doesn't. The Ferdinand gets him. There's the GW Panther. There was the GW Panther. That is the end of the game. Just under 4.9k, but he might have got some blind shots in. Let's go and have a look at the detail. Well, it looks like at least one blind shot went in, probably on the Jagdpanther. He's ended up with 5.3k. Got 3 kills, has earned the high caliber award and the steel wall for the blocking 2.2k. He's got another 1.4k of assisted damage as well, so that's a 6.9k really of combined damage. Excellent result there. That'll add to his MOE targets, and that's earned him the Ace Tanker Mastery badge. Let's have a look at the team score. Alright, that's a really nice level of performance, 1693, base experience, really topping out there. Damage wise, you have more than double the next tank, which was the ML1, who actually performed pretty well, but yeah, got snuffed out before the end, so he couldn't maximise his results, but definitely the more aggressive ones. And on the enemy side, the Scorpion picking up 3.8k by sitting at the back and sniping, but that's the problem with this map, and it doesn't always lend itself to wins. It's quite common to get draws, because as you can see, the hesitation that we saw Provectus showing there was quite reasonable, that if you push too aggressively, you can get taken out by those hidden TDs. So it's a bit of a problem with that map, but definitely we've seen some drawn out battles that end in draws, so to speak, but yeah, nonetheless that's the case. Anyway, let's have a look at the cost of running this premium heavy tank. So it's got a decent income there, plus some personal reserves. So despite using all of his premium ammunition, he still made a profit of 95k. So great result there, and pretty decent payouts on the EXP with missions as well. So great game there from Provectus. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. It certainly helps it get in front of more people. And thanks to that, the channel is growing, albeit a bit slowly, but every new subscriber helps. And in talking of that, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.